Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm your host, Sir Stephen Topham Hatt, at your service. Third gen. We're going to talk about something very seriously here. This is before I became the third gen fact controller. Now, a lot of people that knew me long time ago when I was Stephen Hatt. Now, a lot of you in the school years, college years, will understand this very, very well indeed. But we're going to talk about one of my steam fleet members, Rosie. Now, a lot of you are asking a lot of questions on your mind why she got a lot of freckles on her face. And the reason that is because I was friends with one of them in my school. She was a lot older than me and wiser, may I add, in every angle. And I was about nearly between 9, 10 to 11 years of age when I first met her. Right? When she came to Orsted School, based in Orsted, in Norwich, everybody asked a question. Probably you've got it in your head now, floating in your mind. Who is Rosie? Who is she in real life? Unfortunately, she's no longer alive because a lot of complications came with her, right? And a lot of people asking, where is Rosie? Where is Rosie? Well, the only option I could give you on that is that when I used to know her at school, she was hardworking, very fast efficient, and I had no complaints against her, right? When I was Stephen Hatt, I was going through all of this, and I actually tried to defend her from these troublesome trucks, if you like to call them correctly. But all these troublesome trucks were carrying all her workload. So, initially, she was like being, they were protecting her, so I don't have to worry about them as much. And as as I grew up and became nearly 12 to 13 years of age, she was nearly 19 years of age when she left Orsted School, right? Everybody thought, what? Why? She left the school and went to Portland College in Mansfield, in Northampton. When she became 21, bing bella boom, she went into hospital. She had a lot of operations done on her brain beforehand, and a lot of people said, why is there still a second gen Rosie and a new generation Rosie coming into play? There's a fourth gen, right? She's still in her prime. Don't get me wrong. She's my best friend still in the family and connection, may I add. Where Rosie that I used to know, who was third gen, died at the age of 21 in Northampton, in Mansfield, when she went to hospital for operation. She never came out of it, unfortunately. A lot of people thought, is this a joke? No, because she used to live in Knapford, in Cromer. So when you work it all out, it's in Knapford, it's in Cromer, and she used to live on one of those private roads, right? Number 9, I remember the number 9. And I'll never forget it. And I thought I'd bring this to your attention now rather than later because it's all true, everyone. I used to share taxis with her, go to school with her, come come home early half the time because she was unwell. So before she passed away, she was doing all her hard work and all her achievements But then everybody asks, why is there a Rosie number 4 in charge? Why? Rosie number 3 passed away long time ago in Scotland. So by the time she got to Scotland, her parents left Knapford in Cromer and moved to this beach area in Cambridge. So if you work it out in calculations correctly, right, this beach is near where Toby's branch line is or where the diesel work area is. So if you work it out, it's all there in black and white, right? I would not joke about this story. It's a very good story, but very short. And a lot of people say, why is there a fourth gen of Rosie? Because she's been given the Rosie personality has been passed on to somebody else. So we got a Rosie that's in second gen, and you got Rosie in 4. Why is that? The one that I used to associate with in school died at the age of 21. So when the age of 21, when she passed away, her parents moved to this beach, but her ashes were scattered in Scotland in Portknockie. So when you look at Portknockie, it's way in the north of Scotland, right? But she did have a lot of interests, right? Rosie did. And she really set her mind to look after 2 special dolphins up there. Some people thought, what? Yeah, we got that drill. Yeah, I've got even the paperwork for it too. So may I add, like I said, I have connections everywhere. And less been said and done. Her ashes is in the sea now, off Portknockie. But there is a bench up there in Portknockie that says in the memory of Clare Devlin. Now, in the memory of Clare Devlin was the 3rd gen Rosie, yes, but she died at the age of 21. So, when everybody thinks this is a hoax story, this is before I became the fact controller. So work it backwards and go forwards. It will add up. So all that hard work she achieved beforehand, she would, if she was still alive today, she would have been in her mid-50s. And do you know what? She would have been Rosie 3rd gen of the fleet. But because Rosie's life is very complicated, you got the 4th generation now in play. So when Rosie that died on me, I carried that burden on myself and kept it hidden for a very long time. And it didn't even stop there. Right? Then Duck went to Bernie's to work there before he went into Sodor Museum, right, in Rayborn, in Marin. He basically said, I'm working at, he was working at Bernie's. And the people that used to work there before Duck, it was Rosie's parents, which you know as Clare Devlin's parents. So work it out. It's all in truth. It's all in logic. It's all respect. So in the memory of, you're asking me why there is Rosie number 4 on the line? Because the 3rd generation one died on me. I carried that burden on me. And it still does today. To make me memory. It's like the Titanic 1997 movie where Jack died on Rose and Rose carried the burden for the rest of her life because she lost the man she fell in love with. Right? It's similar, but with Rosie and myself. So work it out. You basically got Stephen Hatt and Rosie basically connected to a point, but she fell in love with somebody else, a friend of hers that was her right age for her. So while I was standing there working my butt off, right, I may be small, I may be learning at the time, doing all my schoolwork, college work, etc., etc. It all built up. But at the end of the day, when everybody asked what happened to Rosie the third Gen, she died at the age of 21 while she was in Northampton. And then she was put in the sea with her favourite dolphins that she adopted. Thank you very much indeed.